Hey beautiful, are you done with the pain, devastation, and overwhelm that marital betrayal has thrown at you? And you need a real roadmap to recovery. And you also desire to heal God's way. Well, you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Lisa, a betrayal, trauma, and infidelity recovery specialist who went from being crushed and humiliated by my own husband's affair to a global sought-after recovery specialist, helping Christian women and couples just like you heal and recover from the devastation of marital betrayal, all while doing it God's way. Are you ready to dive in? I know I am. So, grab your favorite latte, maybe a glass of wine, snuggle up with your favorite blanket on the couch, and let's focus on you right now. Let's do this, beautiful. Welcome back to the show, beautiful. I'm excited to be with you once again. And today's episode is going to be answering a question that I had from one of our loyal listeners. It's a good one, so you want to make sure to grab your pen and paper right now. But first, let me remind you that the doors to our 6-month cohort, Roadmap to Recovery, Healing from Marital Betrayal God's Way, they're closing this coming Monday. We actually launched this program once again for 6 months. Monday evening, that's our kickoff, and we go into the 6-month program. It's 24 weeks of group coaching with me, where you're going to have downloadable videos that you're going to be watching self-paced every week. You're going to have your workbooks that are downloadable, other PDFs, special guests, group coaching every Thursday with me so that you can be coached through the issues, all while healing from triggers, ruminating thoughts, learning about boundaries, learning about full disclosure, how to reconcile in your marriage, rebuild trust, how to regain sexual intimacy after betrayal, and so much more. I have ran quite a number of these 6-month programs, and the women who graduate go on to my alumni program, and they say they just can't get over the healing that has happened in that 6 months. So make sure to grab your spot, go below in the show notes, grab it while you can. The cost of the monthly program is about the cost of 90-minute session of therapy. What? Yeah. It is. It's crazy. The cost is crazy. So grab it while you can. It's my birthday gift for you this month. Yes, it's my birthday month, and we're just bouncing it out there for you as a way to say I appreciate you so much. Can't wait to see you inside of the group. So ladies, let's talk about it today. What is this question that came in? Well, the question was, Lisa, what do you do when your family doesn't support your decision to reconcile with your spouse after betrayal? Good question, right? I know. I'm just biting at the bullet, ready to help you with this. Because ladies and gents, for that matter, when you've decided to reconcile your relationship, there may be many that do not agree with you. There may be many that get furious with you, angry with you. They tell you how wrong you are, etc., etc., etc. But today, I want to share with you 3 strategies to possibly reopen communication with those who don't agree with you, so that you can have healthy conversations and hopefully even reconcile those relationships. You know, one of the most painful aspects of choosing to reconcile after marital betrayal is facing the disapproval of family and friends who don't agree with your decision. They may believe that they are actually protecting you by the way they feel. Or they may struggle to trust your spouse again after seeing your pain. And sometimes this disapproval can lead to being shut out and leaving you feeling isolated and torn between your marriage and your family. I remember this quite well. Both of my daughters, they had their different struggles when I decided to reconcile with my husband. My youngest daughter, she would have beat him upside the head with a baseball bat. So would my baby sister, for that matter. My sister who is like right under me, right, I'm the oldest, she was more forgiving at first, more understanding. My oldest daughter and son-in-law were the same way. While they were very cautious, they were willing and open to the communication, to the possibilities of it. And it took my younger daughter and son-in-law to come around later on. It took a little bit of work with them. But I will say that you would look at my family today, and it's like we never missed a beat. You would never know they were affected by betrayal as well. And yes, betrayal affects every member of your family. Why? Because they love you. It also affects your friends, and I'm going to share that with you shortly. If you're in this situation, know that you're not alone. I've been there. Many have been there. And many women and couples who choose the path of reconciliation face resistance from loved ones. While you cannot control their reactions, you can take intentional steps to rebuild communication and foster understanding. So today, I want to share with you 3 strategies to help open the door to reconnecting with your family. Now, the first one is to acknowledge their concerns without defensiveness. Now, your family's disapproval likely comes from a place of love. I know it does. I know my family loved me and my friends loved me tremendously. And they were concerned about my well-being just as yours are for you. Instead of reacting defensively or shutting them out in return, take time to acknowledge their feelings. Like step into their shoes, right? A simple statement like, I know you love me and you want what's best for me. I get it. And I appreciate that you are looking out for me. And I value your perspective tremendously. Those kind of statements can soften the tension that all of you are feeling because of the decision that you've made to move forward. You see, by validating their emotions, you're actually showing that you are not dismissing their concerns, but rather taking them into account as you move forward. They want to know that you value their opinion. And this can actually help to open the door to a more respectful and positive conversation. Now, I will say, it doesn't always happen that way. I had a friend, a good friend. She was like my best friend for 26 years. She was older than I was, and I looked up to her, kind of like a spiritual mom. And when she found out that I had made the decision to reconcile with my husband, her response was, if you reconcile, if you make that decision to move back in relationship with him, you are going to lose your friendship with me. And she basically looked at me and said, choose. It's either your friendship of 26 years with me or your relationship with your husband that's only been up till this point 7 years. And she was a Christian. And I know that might sound shocking to some of you, but yes, this happened to me. A 26-year friendship. And I made the decision to reconcile with my husband. I knew it was what God intended, and I knew in my heart that that's what I desired. I knew my husband had changed. I was reconciling with a brand new transformed person, a new creature in Christ, and I chose to move forward. Thus, I lost that friendship of 26 years, and it was heartbreaking. It was devastating, and yes, I grieved it, but I had to walk away. I had to choose what I knew would be best for me and what I knew God was leading me into. I chose obedience and faithfulness over that friendship. And yes, I still grieved it. And sometimes those things happen. And I will say sometimes it's even family members. I had family members that didn't agree with me, still don't agree with me to this day, but they watch from afar. And I have the majority of my family who embraced our decision and now are also reconciled. And you would never know that any of us suffered from betrayal. So acknowledge their concerns. It's healthy to do so. Don't be defensive, But let them choose the path that they're going to go, and you choose the path that's right for you. Now, the second one is this: set gentle yet firm boundaries. While you want to maintain those relationships with your family and friends, I know that you do, it's also very crucial to establish boundaries that protect your peace and your marriage. It's going to protect your decision to do what you know is right within your heart. Let them know that while you respect their opinions, you are making this decision based on hardcore prayer, really spending time with God, wisdom, wise counsel, and what you believe is best for your life. Just like I shared in that story about my friend, that's what I did. That's what I did with my family. Now, you might say something like, I understand that my decision is hard for you, and I'm not asking you to agree with me. I do, however, ask that you respect me, and I will respect you. Let's respect one another and keep our relationship open despite our different perspectives. I tried that approach. Now, it worked with most of my family and friends, but with that one, it did not. And I had to let that go. Now, if certain family members continue to be hostile and unkind, you may need to limit your conversations about your marriage while still keeping the lines of communication open in other areas of life. All right, number 3 is this: give it time and let your healing speak for itself. Listen, words alone are not going to convince your family that your decision to reconcile is the right one. Your words just aren't going to do it for them. It's really not going to happen that way. However, as time passes and they watch from a distance and they witness genuine healing, growth, and change in your life, in your marriage, they may begin to soften. And I say may because all of them don't. And trust is often rebuilt through observation rather than argument. Let me say that again. Trust is often rebuilt through observation rather than argument. Now, let me just say, for many of you, this might mean that you don't share anything right now. You go through the healing process, and then you share down the road with your family and friends what you went through. At that period of time, they can see the healed you, the healed relationship, and it can stand as a tried and true, beautiful testimony as to what God has done. But still, there may be some that still walk away. Recognize that there are seasons sometimes with people, and that's the hard thing, right? People have free will choices, and their opinions are their opinions. They might not agree with you, and they will journey where they need to journey, and you journey where you need to journey. And then there are those that are going to see you, and they're going to observe and watch, and it's going to testify to God's glory, and then they'll come back, and some of them will be reconciled to you. And in the meantime, continue walking in wisdom, seeking accountability, and staying rooted in God's guidance. And as your family sees your joy, strength, and the restoration of your marriage, they may eventually come to respect your decision. Even if they don't truly, fully understand it, that's okay. They don't have to. They just might come back after all. You know, rebuilding communication with family members who disagree with your decision to reconcile, it's a journey in and of itself. And it requires patience, grace, and firm boundaries. Now, while you may not be able to change their minds overnight, you can nurture the relationship by acknowledging their concerns, setting respectful boundaries, and allowing time to be the witness to your healing. Now, you definitely need to make sure to adhere to your boundaries. Don't allow your family members to sway the decisions that you know you need to make. Don't ever let a family member weaponize what you are doing against you. That is toxic and that is not healthy. If they give you if they come at you and say, you must make this decision, you either choose him or me, you choose the spouse or me, Stand firm in your convictions. Stand firm in what you know God has put in your heart to do. Stand firm in that. Don't allow anyone to weaponize this against you. That is not of God, and that is not the route that God would want you to take. So above all, trust God in this process. He's the one who sees your heart. He knows the road ahead, and He will guide you in restoring not only your marriage relationship, but also the relationships that matter most to you. Pray, seek His guidance, and ask Him to do what only He can do. Beautiful, I pray that this helped you. I know that there are many of you that are struggling right now with relationships that have been severed due to the fact that you've decided to reconcile your marriage after betrayal. But stand firm in the faith, trust God, continue in wise counsel, and know that those who are to journey with you in the next season shall be put there by God. Trust Him in this, even in the hard days. Now, I pray today's message blessed you. I pray it ministered to you and helped you. And if you need more guidance on how to navigate family dynamics after betrayal, my Roadmap to Recovery, Healing from Marital Betrayal God's Way group coaching program is designed to give you that support, to give you the strategies you're going to need and the biblical wisdom that you're going to need to walk in daily. So go below in the show notes and get into that group coaching program because we begin Monday, and I would love to see you there. Until next time, stand firm in the faith, continue to be obedient to God, rise above the diversities of life, and recognize that on the other side of betrayal, a beautiful life awaits. Be blessed, beautiful. Thanks for stopping by and spending a little time with me today. I hope you enjoyed today's show and you found hope, healing, and encouragement. Please remember to subscribe to my podcast and leave a review. You can even screenshot this episode. You can share it out on Facebook and IG stories. This is how we get the message of hope and healing out to all women and couples who are in need of restoration after betrayal. And if you're ready to move out of that devastation and take the next step in your healing journey, well, make sure to reach out. Schedule your coaching session today. Until next time, love God, live your life passionately, and always choose joy in the midst of any circumstance that you may face. Cheers to you, beautiful.